hello. You like my new mask? Very nice from the Lads Driver. Okay, let's get started. So, today an easy lesson. Okay, a little bit of admin. I will send out on a WhatsApp, but I just told the guys here. The test that we're going to do on function is not going to be on the Thursday next week. It's Friday. I think the 31st of July. Friday, 31st of July. That's the good news. So I extended one more day. We'll have another double lesson to work on it. But the bad news is it's also going to include trig graphs. But like Ollie said, it's actually quite easy. So, okay, cool. If you think it's easy, anyway, that's about that. I owe you a little thing from last lesson, okay? Last lesson you had a bunch of function and they were not always, they were a bit misbehaved. They were written in a funny way and we had to draw a graph. I'm not going to draw the graph, but we came across a few which are quite difficult, okay? And to kind of understand, what is it? You know, is it a hyperbola? Is it a parabola? And you need to do a few algebraic tricks. Or like my professor used to call it algebraic massage. You just need to massage it a bit. So they were for the homework, but I just want to go through the tough ones, okay? So this, I mean, if you had to guess, what would it be? What kind of graph? Hyperbola, exponent, linear, quadratic. Exponential, you can see it's exponent. But the problem is that we have minus here. We never really work with a minus in the exponent. So we need to use a little trick here, okay? We're going to, instead of write 3 to the power of minus x, I'm going to say it's 3 to the power of minus 1 power x. Because remember, there is a rule to say that power, we multiply the exponent. Okay? Plus 3. Okay? And then 3 to the power of 1. What is 3 to the power of 1? A third. Not a minus, it's a third. Okay? Something to the power of minus 1 is 1 divided by that. Okay? So it's 1 over third power of x plus 3. And now you can see that it's an exponent. Okay, again, like I said, I'm not going to draw these graphs. But you can always, hopefully remember that it's a landing down now, plus 3, so there's a vertical shift. Okay? Similar here, okay, I think you can also probably guess that it's going to be what kind of graph? Exponential. But the problem we have here is we have two exponents, like 2x and x. How are we going to do that? So I think the thing to do here, yes, that's the thing. Okay, it's a bit tricky, so look at this. Okay, we're going to say, all right, that's 2 to the power of x squared minus 4 divided by 2 to the power of x plus 2. Now, I've got something in the denominator, and I want to get rid of it. So I need to cross out something. Now, if you're looking at that, as it's written now, what comes in your mind? What is that? That's minus is a difference of a squared, right? We have a difference of a square, okay? Instead of 4, I can write down 2 squared. Okay, so a difference of a square, okay, we've done it last time, okay, it's going to be 2 to the power of x plus 2 times 2 to the power of x minus 2, okay? That's why we need to remember these formulas of, for factorization, okay? Difference of a square in this case. And then we have 2 to the power of x plus 2, and then straight away, you can see that these guys cross cancel, so we have y equal 2 to the power of x minus 2. And now it's in an exponential form that we know. Landing down or flying up? Up, taking off, right? Minus 2, a vertical shift down. Okay, so a little bit of algebraic massage. Okay, I'll pause here. Okay, so that was a little bit of admin and catch up, and now today's lesson, which is on something called function notation. We're in page 137, okay, or 138 really, and the exercise is exercise 6. Okay, so when we talk about function, sometimes we call it y equals 3x squared minus 1. Sometimes we say f of x to x squared minus 1. You've all seen that, right? It's not the first time you've seen it. When we use y equals 3x squared minus 1, we normally use that notation when we want to draw a graph. So you've got the x and the y. If we don't, or even sometimes if we do, we use that. Okay? It just means that, okay, you take an x, take any number instead of that x, substitute here, and you get that x. Okay? Talking about substitution, what is it?
So he's in play.
He's in play, is he wrong?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay, now we just got to make sure, this whole lesson is about making sure that we know, we are familiar with this notation. And it starts dead easy. What is f of 2? How do I do f of 2? Substitute. Okay. 3 times 2 squared minus 1. I've got to do a little board maths. Okay, square the 2 first, so it's 4. 3 times 4, 12. Just check me, please, guys. 12 minus 1, 11. Is that right? Okay, easy, right? Most of it is dead easy. Okay. F of A. Okay, maybe a bit confusing. What do you reckon? What do I need to do? Instead of x, put a. That's it. So it's 3a squared minus 1. Okay. This thing means whatever you have in the brackets, put instead of the x. Okay. If this is the function, whatever you put in the brackets here, you must substitute in x. Sometimes it will be a number, and then the answer you'll get is a number. Sometimes it will be a letter, so you'll get a bunch of letters. Are we okay with that? Yeah? Okay, cool. F of 3x, so this is a little bit confusing, but the same thing. Instead of x now, we're going to write 3x. So it's going to be 3 times 3x, and we must square that. Okay, just like we squared the 2, we squared the 8, minus 1. Okay, we're going to be a little bit careful here, so it's 3 times 9x squared minus 1. Which is equal to, not the same line, 27x squared minus 1. Okay, right. Okay, now it gets a little bit maybe different. Until now, I think there's nothing really new. Here they want to find out what is 3 times fx plus 1. So I'm going to write 3 times, what is f of x? That's the 1. So I'm going to time 3 times 3x squared minus 1, and then plus 1. Okay? So, I'm going to get 9x squared minus 3, and it's plus 1. So, it will be 9x squared minus 2. Let's see this one. Okay, next one, they're going to tell you, find x if f of x is equal to 2. Okay? Find x if we know that f of x is equal to 2. So we need to make something equal to 2. What must be equal to 2? That one. Okay? All these questions are for that f of x. Okay? You can't solve them unless I tell you what is the function x. So I'm going to say, okay, 3x squared minus 1, yeah, you can see it, equal 2. Move the 1 to the other side. 3x squared equals 3. Okay, I'll just put it all down a bit, yeah. X squared equal 1. That means x equal x squared equal 1. We square rooting 1 here. We square rooting 1. Gonna get 1. And the answer is 1. Okay, guys? So they give you a certain value of, it's like not substituting. You know the y value, find the x. It's a good question. If you put, yeah, you're right. The answer could be minus 1 as well. Okay, so it's plus 1 plus minus 1. That's how I write plus minus. So it could be 1 as well. Minus 1. So, Sina is saying, hang on, x equal 1 will solve that equation, but actually also minus 1. It's because of that square. It will turn it to positive. It's a quadratic equation, and as we will see very soon, quadratic equation have 2 solutions. We will see that in a couple of lessons. We alright with this, guys? Right, I've made up another one. Okay? So now we want to find out, I'll put a little, isolate that. Okay? We want to find x if f of x equal 2x squared. But now it's a little bit confused. I mean, okay, but f of x is equal to that. So what must I do? Yeah? Exactly. I'm going to say, okay, 3x squared minus 1 equal 2x squared. Because if they told me that for specific x, f of x is also equal to x squared, then I will say, okay, then that must be equal to that. Okay? I think Josie meant that when she said that something. I read your mind. Okay? We're going to move the 1 to this side. We're going to move the 2x to this side, 2x squared to this side. Okay, what we will get is x squared 1. Okay, now I didn't think, well, it's fine, yeah. So again, the answers, we've done that. It's the same answer, isn't it? What will be the x equal to? Plus minus 1. Okay? Okay? We alright with that? Okay. I'm just going to pause here for a minute. Okay, so last bit for this video is following a question from Ollie here. All these questions that we've done so far, they gave us that function, f of x equals 3x squared minus 1, and then we had to find either x or the f of x for different, all these scenarios we went through. But Ollie asked, can they sometimes ask you to find the function, and that's possible. So in another question I can say, look, 2h of x plus 3 equals 5x. And then they tell you, find h of x. Okay? So it's very easy, just a simple algebra we have to do here. Okay? We want to find out, the idea is eventually to find out h of x. What is it equal to? So what shall we do? We want to isolate. We want to solve it, not for x, but for h of x. We want to get rid of these 2 and the 3. So which one are we getting rid of first? The 3. Right? Like in algebra, if I had, let's say, 2x plus 3 equals 5. What's the first thing? To get rid of the 3, right? Before you get rid of that 2, okay? So we're going to do minus 3. So we're going to get 2hx equals 5x minus 3. And then, how do we get rid of the 2? Divide by 2. Okay, so we're going to have h of x. Okay, here's the answer. I'll write down the answer here. H of x equals 5x minus 3 divided by 2. And that's the answer. So that's also a possibility for these kind of questions. Cool. Have a lovely day, guys. Bye-bye.